Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today, as you see in the title, I'm gonna save you a lot of money on what? Shake and bake. I went to the store and I was just appalled. I haven't bought it in years, but I was shocked. Shake and bake is $4.99 a box. You get 4.5 ounces in the box, 2 pouches. So that's 2¼ ounces to coat your chicken. I don't believe you even get a plastic bag to shake it in anymore. But I'm not paying that. I almost bought it just for this video, but I'm not gonna do it. You guys, you all know shake and bake. Now, there are knockoffs in that same aisle in the grocery store that are less expensive, but I'm gonna show you how to do it homemade. This is a delicious version and it's good on chicken, it's good on pork, it's good on fish. It's really, really good. So I hope you'll stick with me, and I'm gonna leave the recipe down in the description box. So if you're new here, I'm Linda here at Linda's Pantry, and I do cooking, canning, DIY projects, and this is one of the DIYs. It is do it yourself, make your own, save yourself a lot of money. If you think about it, I can price out some of the ingredients for you. It'd be a little difficult to get an exact number, but it's very obvious to see that you're going to be saving a lot of money, and you know exactly what's in it. You don't have to put all those big words in there that you don't know what it is. No MSG, none of that. So come on in and let's make some homemade shake and bake. And I'm going to show you how to use it when we're done. Okay, to start the recipe, these are plain breadcrumbs. Now, I also use homemade, but right now I don't have an oven because we're in the midst of the remodel. So I don't have an oven that I could do enough breadcrumbs for this. I do keep all the breadcrumb scraps or bread scraps and I freeze them, which helps dry them out even more. And then I make my own breadcrumbs, but this time we're using plain breadcrumbs. You can use seasoned, but I'd rather season it myself. That's also a laundry list of ingredients that we don't need. So I'm actually doubling my recipe, but we'll do a single to get you started, or at least down in the description box we'll give you a single recipe. Ooh, this bowl might not be big enough. Well, let's just do 1½. How's that? And we'll still have breadcrumbs left. So 3 cups of plain breadcrumbs, and we'll set that aside. And now we're gonna go with, I like to put a little bit of panko breadcrumbs in, not a lot though, because really traditional shake and bake doesn't have that, but I'm doing my own thing here. So I'm gonna go with three-fourths of a cup, and that's an eyeball 3/4. That's a ½ cup measurement. So 3/4 of a cup of panko breadcrumbs, and keep that over there. And a cornmeal. You definitely need cornmeal. In my opinion, I'm gonna tell you that I use about 1/3 of a cup of cornmeal for this much. And so typically shake and bake has oil in it. I don't put the oil in here only because I don't want, if it sits on the shelf too long in between cooking, it can go rancid on you, and I don't want that. So we're gonna take all the lids off these because, well, I have to. So we've got paprika, thyme, onion powder, garlic powder, parsley, black pepper, and a couple secret ingredients that I haven't seen anybody else use, but I use it because it's delicious and it makes it so good. And one of them is chicken bouillon. So instead of salt, I use chicken bouillon, and I'm gonna go with a tablespoon, but make sure it's just a level tablespoon, and that's for this recipe. Probably gonna need another half teaspoon. Okay, I wrote this all out, and I did it for just a single recipe, but we're doing 1.5. So you want a tablespoon and a half of chicken bouillon. We need a tablespoon and a half of onion, granulated onion. And if you're not exact, it's not going to be the end of the world. I'm just saying. Garlic, we need the same. We want a tablespoon and a half of garlic. Everybody loves garlic, right? Oop, that's the wrong lid. And thyme. So thyme, that's optional. If you do not groove on thyme, don't put it in there. But we're only going to use a little bit. For this, I'm going to use a teaspoon measure. Teaspoon of thyme. That way it doesn't take over the recipe, if that makes sense. Black pepper. We want at least 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to say, and I like black pepper, so I'm going to say 2, 3 teaspoons of black pepper for this recipe. And if you'd like me to just put the 1.5 times, I can, but parsley. I like a fair amount of parsley. This is parsley from my green stalks. And if you're not familiar with green stalks, I have a couple gardening videos using the green stalks, and they're wonderful. So now we're gonna go to paprika, and that is super important. It helps give whatever you're doing color. So we want 1.5 heavy tablespoons of paprika, and that's just plain paprika. You can do a variety with smoked paprika if you like. I mean, it's really good. And then last but not least, another secret ingredient is cornstarch. So we're going to go with 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's going to help make everything extra crispy. And I can tell you, whenever I coat fried chicken, when I'm going to fry it, or when I'm going to bake it, I always put cornstarch in there. And now I need to wipe my mess. You're going to want to get all of this mixed in really, really good. So that's where this whisk comes in real handy. You want everything mixed in equally. I don't like to just put it in the jar and shake the jar, because if the jar is full, you're not going to get it combined very well. Okay, now this is all it takes. This is done. Let's go make some chicken, and I'm gonna, because I don't have an oven, I'm going to put this in the air fryer. I have an air fryer that has a bake mode, but I'll probably just air fry it. And you'll see how wonderful this comes out. Okay. Oh, let me get it in the jar. So I've got a 1/2 gallon mason jar, and I've already got labels made, and this is going to be wonderful. So let's get this over here, and we're just going to start scooping away. Get it put in your jar. Now, because this jar is big enough, I probably could just shake it in the jar. Oh, make a mess. I felt like this vintage bowl was going to work out real good because of the handles to pour, but okay. And there you go. Now, you can vacuum seal it if you want. So I could have actually, looks like I could have done a full double recipe and still not filled that jar, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. And sorry if this is clanging for you guys. And as you can clearly see, I didn't spend $5 to make this, and we have plenty to do several recipes. So I'm going to put the lid on this and label this jar. Actually, I might see if I can fit it in a quart jar, just for kicks and giggles. Let's see. We'll just see if it'll fit in there. Because if it will, I'm going to save some space in the pantry. Woo! And guess what? That's enough for tonight to use with our chicken, or close to it. And then I've got a quart jar. So I'm going to go ahead and put my label on. And it's up to you if you want to vacuum seal, like I said. But here's my label. It says shake and bake. And there you go. Chicken bake. All right. Let's put a lid on there and let's get our chicken. Okay, so this couldn't get easier. I've got my air fryer preheated, and I'm gonna measure this only because somebody might ask, how much was left in that jar? Not quite a cup. So this is 3/4 of a cup of, so I'm gonna do a full cup. I haven't ever weighed this to see if it's the equivalent, but I know a packet of shake and bake, when I used it back when my kids were young, and you know, I was a young mother, it never coated enough chicken. It was like, I need both pouches. So in that case, today it'd be $4.99. I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna grab a fork because I really don't want to get my hands in that. Not that yeah. So I like to marinate my chicken in buttermilk just to tenderize it. These are chicken legs, and we all know what I'm gonna do now. We're gonna shake it and bake it. So excited about shake and bake for tonight. We both love this, and it's just wonderful to have on hand. And so my chicken marinated for about 2 hours, some buttermilk, spices. Sometimes I add Frank's hot sauce in there. Sometimes I don't. And then I let it drain like I did. And literally, this is how easy it is. We're just gonna shake and bake, right? Now, if this is more than enough for this, in fact, I probably could have used a lot less. But for visual purposes, I wanted to make sure. And, oh, and you know what I forgot? The oil. So about a tablespoon of oil should have gone down into the mix. It does make it stick better. If you are, you know, watching fats and all that, you don't have to put that in there, but it does stick better. And we want it to stick to the chicken. So usually I add the oil right to the mix and then the chicken, but we're gonna put this down in our baking dish, which is the air fryer. So I'll be over there with you right now. So I don't want this to stick on the pan, if at all possible. So a little cooking spray there, and then we'll get in here, and this, now I'm getting dirty. Look how nicely that coated that chicken. Look at that. That's a nice coating. And these are big fat chicken legs too. These are nice sized chicken legs. If you ever have, like, one didn't get enough coating, or one got, you know what I mean. Look at that though. It's perfect. So really adding the oil afterwards works just as well. I probably could have coated, we'll say maybe 2 more with the amount of mix that I had, but I hate it when I run out. So anywhere you've got a bald spot, go ahead and cover that up. We're gonna put this down to bake at 375, and I've got it for 40 minutes. So, I've got to reset it. 375, 40 minutes. Okay guys, real quick, I just wanted to go over the air fryer is a little bit different than the oven. Even though it has a bake setting, it's going to be different in the oven. I feel like the heating element is so close that it gets a little more brown in the air fryer than it will in the oven. But oh my gosh, I am so super excited about this. So let's bring it down. We're going to do a taste test, and I'm going to let you guys make your own shake and bake. Because it's divine. It's so good. Hold, please. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to get some of this juicy chicken. Look how moist and juicy that is. It's cooked all the way through. It's crispy. It's still hot. Oh my gosh. And your crispy coating, you just can't beat it. Okay, that is perfect. It's like the best oven fried chicken you'll ever have. So good. I hate eating on camera, but I know a lot of you want to see the taste test. Okay, here we go. Perfect. And I did check the temperature, the internal temperature with the temperature probe, make sure, but it is moist and juicy and crispy on the outside, everything you want, and we did it homemade. Guys, can you hear that crunch? That's just the crispy coating. That's divine. Okay, we're having this with some homemade rice-a-roni that I made for you, and I've got a 3-bean salad that I canned for you earlier this year, and so those videos are out there for you if you need to research or make your own. This is so good. Huh. Delicious. Just the right amount of cornmeal. It gets crisp, but yet it envelops that chicken, so it keeps it nice and moist, and I brined it in the buttermilk. So there's a tip. All right. Well, finger licking good. We'll see you tomorrow on the next video. Bye. Guys, this was delicious. We both very much enjoyed it. I hope you try it. And if you do, leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know how you liked it.